What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining. Today, we're going to be showing behind the mix on one of the songs I just recorded at Anarchy Beats. And Anarchy is posting beats on a regular basis, like every day or 2 days. And so I challenged myself in order to record to all of his beats that he's posting, the new ones. And so the link for this song will be in the description and pinned in the comments below. And so I would encourage you to check that out. And if you could, to help us in the algorithm, watch this video from the beginning to the end, because I'm going to show you how to make the song go from sounding not too good to sounding good in a car. Now, what we're going to use is Antares and Waves plugins to achieve this mix. And let me turn it off so that way you can get a sound of what it sounds like without everything turned on, plugged in, and then we'll listen to it with everything turned off and plugged in, or turn on and plugged in. So this is a before and after. Let's check out what it sounds like. This is a before. You can barely hear the words, and especially once the beat drops, you won't be able to hear the words.
It looks like you lost another one.
So that's before, and then with everything turned on, this is what it sounds like after.
Yeah, shout out Anarchy. Took it from the street to the beat.
Significant difference.
Ooh. Listen.
Looks like you lost another one.
I saw you look some type of way. I know you feel this. You ain't never heard the realest up until this.
So the first thing I did is add a mic mod on the Shure SM7A. I'm using a Slate Digital M1 microphone to record, and I didn't use auto-tune. Sometimes I use auto-tune, not on this one. I use the vocal writer. This is what the vocal writer's looking like as it's hitting on this.
I got them feeling like they still at home. That beat they brought to me, look to me like skin and bones.
So it's not above the yellow, it's kind of in the yellow on this one. Last time I think it was all the way up here, so I learned from the last video. It sounds a little bit better.
I got them feeling like they still at home. That beat they brought to me, look to me like skin and bones.
Oh, and obviously I forgot to tell you, I said it in the last video, but usually all this is off and I turn it to read just because it sounds better. That makes the vocal, to me, sound more upfront, more clear to understand. So even the plugins are usually off and I turn it to read. So I use the vocal writer. I use Avoxes from Antares, what makes auto-tune. And I don't do anything on here. The warm and the punch, and I subtracted from the ceiling minus 3.1. And what this does is it brings, for me, my vocal up front. So I'll show you it with it and without it. Here, I'll mute the other track because I have, or I'll just turn them off on both of them, because I have two different tracks. As you see, I record on two different tracks, so I plug the vocal chain on two separate tracks in Studio One. So I'll turn off the warm and the punch Avox on both of them so you can hear before and after. So here's before.
I got them feeling like they still at home. That beat they brought to me, look to me like skin and bones. I made these words hurt worse than throwing sticks and stones. I fit the crown and the throne that I'm sitting on. Royal.
So that's with it off, and then as it's playing this time, I'll turn it on so you can listen to the difference.
I got them feeling like they still at home. That beat they brought to me, look to me like skin and bones. I made these words hurt worse than throwing sticks and stones.
So it makes it sound more upfront, more clear, so that way when you listen to it, you can understand the words. And then for both of them, I have the Wave Studio rack, and I add a EQ at first where I'm doing some cutting, some sounds on this microphone. I didn't adjust it since the last one because everything's still sounding pretty good. So I also added a compressor, and this is what it's doing.
I got them feeling like they still at home. That beat they brought to me, look to me like skin and bones. I made these words hurt worse than throwing sticks and stones.
So, and without the compressor, this is what it sounds like before.
I got them feeling like they still at home. That beat they brought to me, look to me like skin and bones. I made these words hurt worse than throwing sticks and stones.
So this compressor makes it sound more upfront. I could use that SL channel, and it's on the Darlington Silky lead vocal setup. It just makes it sound pretty good to me, especially in a car. It makes it sound good in a car. I have the CLA 2LA or the 2A compressor on here.
I got them feeling like they still at home.
And without it, this is what it sound like.
I got them feeling like they still at home.
And this is with it.
I got them feeling like they still at home.
Major difference. Like, this is a great plugin. The REQ6, last time this was like off, so I boosted it, the EQ, to make it sound a little bit more clear and bright, so that way when you listen to it, the words stand out a little bit. For example, I'll turn it off.
I got them feeling like they still at home.
So that's without it, and I'll turn it on as we listen to it.
I got them feeling like they still at home.
It just sounds more bright.
I got them feeling like they still at home.
So that's what I do. Then I add at the very end a L1 limiter to make the vocals and the beat a little bit louder, -1 or 0.1. And then
I got them feeling like they still at home. That beat they brought to me, look to me like skin and bones. I made these words hurt worse than throwing sticks and stones.
So there you go. So that's what I did for this one. It makes it sound pretty good. If you want to listen to the finished song, check out it in the description and also in the pinned comments. So leave a comment. What would you do different? What would you do the same? What'd you like? What'd you dislike? And hopefully you'll join us for the next video coming tomorrow, because he already posted another beat. And as you see, I already did another song. So check it out.